Anakin. Mr.
What's up?
Spice, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling incredible. We're going to see some Tekken 8 action. We're going to have the best of NAEU represent, so I cannot wait, Veli.
Yes, and Anakin, my man, Tekken 8, this is your game. How you feeling about the competition today?
It is. It's a fresh start. Tekken 8 is not even a month old. Everybody's playing it, and already we've got big fat prize pools on the line. 25,000 here today, and along with that, some of America's best players. And I'm just really excited to see what the competitive landscape is looking like. You know, we've got the game. Everybody's playing it, trying to figure out the game, their characters, and we're gonna see what everybody's been cooking. I'm excited.
Yes, Paul Spice. With this iteration of Tekken, I mean, compared to the Tekkens of past, how much are you loving this one?
Well, it's actually crossing over a lot of barriers because I know a lot of friends of mine that are getting into the franchise. I'd say this is the best possible time to get into Tekken 8, and what better time than Twitch rivals? So I'm liking it a lot, Veli.
Yes, now, before we all move on to the action today here with Tekken 8, let's take a look at some of the best moments of our event, Streamer Bowl 5. With a little help from Braun, these clips are the best of the best.
One, go!
And to kick things off, we got my man Tyler and Alvin Kamara showcase in an impressive performance to secure victory in the first challenge, the warm-up drill. Tyler might not have the height, but he has the skill.
Yeah, I don't play that much football. Actually, I don't play football at all. I don't think that's how you're supposed to throw it, but you see a good toss there by, well, Tyler. He's trying to get a strike there with that football throw.
He's trying. But yeah, he was able to put up some good performances, and the Twitch Rivals Ultimate Challenge events and the events like that are pretty fun. But coming up next, we have Lulu Lovely with a spectacular deep pass, and what an elusive move to shake everybody off. And look at her, she just goes all the way, Anakin.
I think she needs to give Tyler some pointers, some tips on how to make those deep throws. I mean, that was a perfect strike to her receiver for the touchdown, and it looks pretty fun. Looks like she's enjoying herself as well.
Yes, and last but not least, Nicewig and Trevor Lawrence, they dueled up for an amazing comeback, becoming our Twitch Rival Streamer Bowl 5 Tailgate Edition champions.
I mean, this just looked like a really fun event overall. I mean, for like the followers and just newcomers alike, it just seemed like such a successful event.
Oh yeah, big time. By the way, Trevor Lawrence, an absolute beast right there. Seeing him team up with Big Wig, they look alike, and the kick is good. The boys, yeah, the boys go off. That was perfect. I feel like field goals like that they look easier than what they actually are. But this has been Braun's best of the best clip. Your favorite moments from today's shows as well, and they might make it into your next segment and could be in the running for Gillette's best of the best moments. Braun has long been the best kept secret for superior drive shave and fascinating fusion of design and function. Not only do you get a high quality shaving experience, but it's the absolute best grooming tool for your personalized routine. Braun, designed for what matters. And fellas, coming back right now, this is going to be a very fun day. All right, so we took a little bit of a sneak peek of what happened at the Streamer Bowl, but right now we will be talking about the format, all the pairs are going to be playing and whatnot, and this is going to be a lot of fun. Today we gathered 16 of some of the best players and streamers in all of Tekken, and I personally cannot wait. There's a second round matchup you guys are going to absolutely love. But how are we playing today? There's going to be a double elimination tournament. There's going to be two brackets, an upper and lower, where the winners advance into the upper side of the bracket. The losers will proceed to the lower side of the bracket. The sets will be first to two until the top three. Lower finals, upper finals, and grand finals will be first to three. And the grand finals, in order to win it all, if you come from the loser side of the bracket, you have to reset the bracket. You heard that right. You're going to have to win twice. The settings will be 3 rounds of 60 seconds, where map selection is always random, but here's the kicker. The loser in a set will be able to change their characters. The winner will not be able to change characters. So if you win, you got to prove you're the best with them. But what are they playing for? A whole lot of money. $25,000 is up for grabs. I hear you laughing, man. First place is walking away with $5,000. Posh. I don't know about you, man, but I wish I played with my Victor today. I could have at least won $300, man.
I think you can cook with that Victor, man. Again, if you want to tag out hosting, me and Anakin got the desk. It's all good, man. I mean, that's still 300 plus, if ever. So shout outs to everyone participating now. Again, that's a lot. That's a lot of piece of the pie, I would have to say.
That's going to be insane. But yeah, $375 if you place 13 through 16, $5 grand at first. But look at the faces, absolute legends on the scene. You got Jay Wong, Sonic Fox, and one of my favorites, Cuddlecore, Anakin. With all these names you got up on the screen, who's really grabbing your eyes the most?
Well, it's definitely hard to call a favorite. I think we've got the big heavy hitters from Tekken 7. Definitely going to keep eyes on those players like Speed Kicks, Kodocore, Joe Crush, Shadow, Joey Fury. I personally have a rooting interest for Joey because we both use the same characters. We've traveled all over the world and done battle together representing the US. But I'm actually also curious to see how Sonic Fox is going to perform. They've been grinding this game, streaming hours upon hours, trying out all the different characters. Finally found the main character. I think Sonic's going to be representing that Zafina, trying to prove what they tweeted out, that they've got some secret juice with that character. And every single game that Sonic has touched, they've been just an absolute dominant force in. So gonna keep an eye on Sonic. And again, there's Lil Majin, who is an OG with King, one of the most popular characters in the game. He's got a really, really tough bracket ahead. With the seeding being random, you get a lot of fireworks prepared in the first round. A lot of big matchups. So hopefully we can be able to catch Lil Majin's first round matchup. Shadow and Joe Crush, again, two guys who really made a splash in the Tekken 7 competitive scene. They are monsters. I don't know who's going to take it, but again, I'm looking for Joey to do damage with that Jack 8, the upgraded model to Jack 7.
Jack is so annoying. By the way, speaking of Sonic Fox is basically a freak of nature. Any fighting game he picks up, he's just an absolute boss. And I have to be honest, I have not seen him play Tekken 8 yet, so I don't know what to expect from him, but I have watched other play. Posh,
Yeah.
which one of these names are standing out to you?
Well, I mean, Anakin set up that storyline. Sonic Fox did say, people are sleeping on Zafina. I'm excited to see him, but you mentioned her. I also main the character she may be using, that Elisa, so I'm looking forward to seeing some Cuddlecore. Hopefully she'll win the tournament, but again, like Anakin said, anyone could cause damage in this tournament, so I'm super excited to see what's at stake. I'm excited to see the Kings, Lil Majin and Jasandi. I'm also excited to see Metal Cat with the Fang. Kawaii Face Miles also with Elisa. There's just a lot to look forward to. But if I had to put my money on someone, I'm probably Cuddlecore.
All right, so how about this? Let's take a minute while we're looking at the faces. Let's give it 1 minute right here. If we had to make predictions, who do you guys have coming out on top? Posh, let me know who you think.
Like right in front of us right now?
Right.
Because I would say that Shadow versus Joe Crush is like we looked at the seeding of this tournament, right? They're running to each other right away. So right off the bat, between Shadow and Joe Crush, that is such a hard matchup to actually come out on top of. I don't know.
Look at Speed Kicks versus Cuddlecore the first round, dude. That is probably insane matchup. Lil Majin, Jasandi's already dominating the online tournament circuit with his King, one of the newer faces representing that character. And again, Lil Majin is the OG of King. Has been playing King exclusively since the very beginning, since the Tekken 5, Tekken 4 days. He's a legend in his own right. So it's gonna be a battle of old versus new to see which King reigns supreme. Lil Majin, I'm sure a lot of stuff that Sandy's learned and picked up the strategies over the years, a lot of that was created by Lil Majin. So that's probably my matchup to watch. One after that, it's gotta be Speed Kicks versus Cuddlecore. Oh my God, these matchups are ridiculous, man.
Dude, I like what you said, Lil Majin versus Jasandi. That's old guard versus new guard. That's a Tekken 8 storyline, I believe. I don't know. That's a Tekken. Someone's gonna be dropping someone in a volcano for sure. Sorry, Val, you go for it.
No, you're fine. I was gonna say I'm looking forward to the second round matchup that could possibly be between Sonic and Cuddlecore. That right there would be so fun to watch. But I got my money on Cuddle, hands down. I think that's gonna be it right there. But nonetheless, I am going to be excited to see who really comes out on top. And fellas, we actually have an interview coming up shortly, but I want to get your thoughts, Anakin. When it comes to Metal Cat, how do you feel about Metal Cat coming up in this event?
Dude, I watched Metal Cat just start off in Tekken 7 as a complete beginner, grinded it out through the ranks, rose to the top, and she's definitely made a lot of improvements. Very, very deserving a spot here today on Twitch Rivals. And you could tell that when she plays the game, she's extremely passionate about Tekken. Just whether she's winning or losing, just plays with a smile. And I definitely take a liking to people with the good attitude, that have that correct mindset when they play the game. So I think win, lose, whatever happens today, Metal Cat's going to have a great time. So I'm excited to see how how she does in the tournament. There's a potential matchup if she wins and Justin Wong wins. I mean, what kind of, that is just definitely just one to watch right there. Jay Wong versus Meadowcat. Yeah, definitely one of the players that I'm cheering for, but she's definitely, the odds are against her. She's up against a lot of these pros, these veterans, these guys that live and breathe Tekken. And I mean, who doesn't love a good underdog story, right?
I believe. And speaking of which, let's get Meadowcat on the screen. Thankfully, you said some good things about Cat. Cat, welcome to Twitch Rivals. And I got to ask you, the headset and hair color is popping. I love it, by the way. But if I had to ask any question out the gate, who are you looking forward to playing most in this event?
Oh my gosh. It would be really cool if I could play Kaiser, but I don't know if that'll happen.
That's going to be fireworks if ever. Hopefully we'll be able to cover that. Meadowcat, big fan. I got to ask you, what was the preparation like for this event, for Twitch Rivals, and how you feeling about today's matches?
Honestly, it was really just not being nervous, like I'm definitely the underdog, as you said. So it's really just coming in with a positive attitude and having a good time and just enjoying myself.
Love it. All right.
What's up, Meadowcat? Anakin here. I watched you play a lot of Geese Howard in Tekken 7. That was your guy, and unfortunately he's not in this game. So I was wondering what character you've gravitated to as a result. Like, who's going to be your main character today? I see Feng Wei in the background on that left-hand side. Is that going to be your guy that you're sticking with?
Yes, I've actually taken a liking to Feng. I never played him at all in Tekken 7, which that was my first Tekken I've ever played before. So just picked him up in Tekken 8. I absolutely love him. He's kind of crazy like Lucky Chloe, who was my old main. He has a lot of mix-ups. Yeah, and he's solid too. So I still got the hop kick. So I think I'm good. I'm really enjoying him a lot.
Kat, thank you so much for the interview. We hope you crush it today. And hey, we'll see you at the end. You have a beautiful day.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. The pleasure is ours. All right, so Meadowcat, you see her labbing up already with Feng, and I'm excited. Feng whoops my tail every single time. That's gonna be really fun to see as well. So we heard everything about that. We heard about all the money that they're playing for, the format, and everything else. Now it is my favorite part because I have a saying: if it's for free, it's for me. Chat. It is time for Guessing with Duncan, where you have a chance to win absolutely big. Check out the polling widget in the extensions and make your predictions and watch your name shoot right up the leaderboard. The top 10 finishers get $10 Duncan and Twitch gift cards. And the first place winner claims a sweet Duncan sling bag. I have one as well. Plus entry into a monthly drawing for a Duncan and Twitch Rivals co-branded gaming chair. And make sure you go ahead and enter your selection and vote by entering !Duncan for full rules and cast your predictions below. Good luck to the lucky winners out there. And one more time, !Duncan for full rules and cast your predictions. Now, bringing the boys back on the screen though, we're giving away gift cards. We're giving away $10 Duncan gift cards. We're giving away a lot of money as well when it comes to the prize pool, $25,000. Posh, anything you want to say before we get this day started with some good Tekken?
I'm excited. I'm excited to see the upsets potentially, the potential. Well, we're gonna find out who the best is because we know this format. So I'm just excited to see some good ass Tekken today.
Oh, definitely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, enough of some talking. We're gonna go ahead and get the lobbies ready with all the players because coming up soon, we got Tekken 8 right here at Twitch Rivals. We'll catch you on the other side. All right, you all, welcome back to Twitch Rivals. It's a beautiful day in Anakin. We're going to have a whole lot of great players. We got Cuddlecore, Sonic Fox, Lil Mach, and then everyone else tune in to play today. How are you feeling, my man?
Man, I am a competitor at heart. I compete in all the tournaments, and these are the guys that I've been doing battle with over the years. So it's nice for once to be able to just sit back. These characters. This is the first time that Tekken's released simultaneously worldwide. You know, we're used to arcade release. We're used to seeing the game be played overseas, but for once, everybody's starting off at the same time, and it's just a big race to see who can be the best first. And this is going to be a big tournament here, a big event to decide kind of who's in the lead. You know, all these guys with the tour coming up, everybody wants to get ready. There's a lot of money on the line here today, and that really makes everything that much more worthwhile. And I don't know who's going to win, but I've definitely got my favorites. Those names, as you mentioned, I've been seeing them play for years, and I know they're going to deliver.
All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, there's a new feature on Twitch Rivals that I have absolutely loved as of late. You may be noticing a new feature we have on Twitch Rivals called The Feed, and it's where we bring the community directly to the show using graphics. Join the conversation by dropping some fire comments in the chat. Please, please, please do that. Or send us your best memes or one-liners on X or Instagram at Twitch Rivals. Make sure you use the hashtag TRFeed, and maybe you'll see your comments on the show. If you guys want to, you can give shout outs to the players, the commentators, even your parents at home. It doesn't matter. Hey. It's going to be absolute fun. I will say this, though. I want to see the best memes. I want to see the best memes, hands down. Posh, Mr. Spice.
Yes.
So, when it comes to Tekken 8 so far, who have you loved using the most and why?
So I've been, as I mentioned before, why I'm kind of rooting for Cuddlecore is I main Elisa since Tekken 7, and she's got her upgrades, but I would have to say she's not as gifted as other characters in the game. She's all right, and she's good, and I like how she's developed. I'm trying to look for a sub also. That's why I'm also looking forward to seeing Shadow's Claudio, because Claudio, again, really, I would say, really focuses on fundamentals, right? Not much moves, but he's also enhanced his play style in Tekken 8, and I think we're going to see a lot of Shadow, a lot of Claudio with Shadow, from Shadow's arsenal there. Not sure if he's going to bring up Zafina, though.
All right, me personally, I'm hoping we get to see a good Victor today. I'm not sure why, but that character, just being aggressive with him, I feel like is second to none. I absolutely love it. I know the Kings are going to tear it up in this event, so that's going to be interesting to see as well. But like we said, the matchups that we could see in round 1 and possibly round 2 are going to be absolutely great. But the one thing I want to say when it comes to the feed, make sure you tag us once more. I want to see the outfits that everyone's going to wear. If you guys had to guess who's going to have the best customization today, who do you think it's going to be? I think that Sonic Fox is going to run away with it hands down.
That's definitely something to look forward to. I'm excited. I'm excited to see some Victor presets too. A lot of interesting outfits, I would have to say. I would say people that use Victor where I'm from, they love John Wick. So I'm not sure if you like that. If you like that too, Veli.
They got the John Wick Victor. Me, I gave my Victor the Boozy Fade and the Super Saiyan Electricity, and I just body everybody.
And you get a power up when you put that haircut on. You know that, right? It's a built-in mechanic in the game where you do extra damage. Nah,
I'm saying. Anakin, what does your customization looks like? What's the best way to describe your character?
Well, I'm actually really known for making some of the best customizations out of all the pro players, and I get into a whole zone. I get into the zone. I don't talk. I block everything out where I'm just like customizing my colors. I'm choosing the right pick. You know, I guess they're very polarizing. We'll put it that way. Some people like them. Okay. Some people don't. But at the end of the day, it's art. You know, it takes vision to appreciate art. So I can't really describe it in the words. You just got to see for yourself when I get into that mode.
I love it. You know, matter of fact, when it comes to the feed, I want to see you guys post on Twitter or Instagram. I want to see your best customization, your best outfits when it comes to Tekken. I think that's the best part of the game. They also saw an update. They're bringing a shop as well to where we're going to have more customizations. Yeah, so that's true, right?
Yeah. I'm excited for that feature as well. Yeah. Especially
we don't really know much about it. They just announced it, you know, like the shop. And everybody's kind of speculating as to what it is right now, but I would love for a chance to be able to have some in-game purchases, buy some retro outfits, some extra exclusive stuff. I want to be that guy that's rocking like the $10 golden coat, you know, and rank mat. I want to show off kind of like the choices that I got.
All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, enough from us right here on the desk. It's about time to get these games underway. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Twitch Rivals, Tekken 8, Posh, Anakin, take it away.
All right, seems like Justin Wong is gonna start off versus Kaiser. Anakin, quick. Kaiser, right, made a lot of waves in T7, but now rocking the Azucena up against the Feng of Jay Wong. How's this gonna play out?
Oh man, Jay Wong has been playing a lot of Tekken as well. I think everybody's kind of enjoying the game. And for those of you who don't know, he used to be one of the top players in the country in the Tekken 5 days. He's a top 8 placer at EVO with this character Feng Wei. He was actually he beat me also when I was a younger Anakin. Yes, in the finals of a big tournament. So he's got that experience, and they don't call it the Justin Wong factor for nothing. I mean, he makes you nervous just because of how legendary he is. Kaiser, on the other hand, you know, he's Mr. Will Do It. He's not afraid. He wants to prove a point when he's playing the game, and he wants to show you that he's capable of everything. You know, some players want to play it safe, you know, because there's a tournament. Some players want to take it easy and download the opponent slowly but surely. But you see right now, he's just going in, using that running attack.
Running 3-2, that espresso aggression coming from Kaiser. But he's all gas and no brakes, right? So Justin Wong, rude awakening here. He's already used up all his heat. He does have rage on deck. So let's see how he's going to use the Jay Wong factor for the comeback. Nice block on the low.
Ooh, that was a really, really good opportunity for Jay Wong to get around right there. But Kaiser just too clutch. At the end, it's very hard to read a player like Kaiser. If you watch them play Lucky Chloe, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Just those backswing blows and hit with the Azucena. He's got the backswing kick. Anytime that you think you've got your turn and you can attack, like he's going to throw that out and steal the momentum away from you.
True, and now Jay Wong here able to activate heat. Already uses the Iron Fortress to move Kaiser into a tough position. He also has rage to work with, but he's just abusing that running 3-2. Gets the grab, and now Jay Wong back against the wall here.
Oh, and there's the heat smash. Just a very, very. I like to call it the replacement to Rage Drive. Every character's got access to that super strong attack, kind of like in Tekken 7 at the end when you want to make that that comeback. But instead of having it active when you're in rage, now you can just have it whenever you're in heat state. So you have access to a super strong attack, the heat smash, and with Azucena, it's just a very, very damaging attack followed up. If you are going to block it, you get a big mix-up.
And I would have to say how you
so.
describe Kaiser as a player. Azucena kind of encapsulates his playstyle, like hard reads, putting you in really precarious mix-ups, really just drowning you with aggression. What are your thoughts on Azucena so far? Because everyone was saying like, oh my God, she's top tier. But I don't know, Nien Arzanash is saying she's okay. She's not like top 5 though. But what are your thoughts on Azucena?
Dude, she's a problem for sure. And one good thing about her is that if you're a newcomer to Tekken, she's really easy to pick up and play. Very, very beginner friendly. All of her attacks, they're easy to perform, and that's one good thing about her. And then on the other hand, with her being a new character, it's just everything is brand new. If you're trying to counter her, you're trying to download her, you're trying to figure out how she works. It's a lot of new things that she brings to the table, and that's, I think, as a result of that being a problem for a lot of the people who are used to playing the other Tekkens. She brings a lot of new things to the game. Primarily when she's in the heat state, she can automatically parry your highs and your lows. Yes, so it's a lot to deal with. So it's that new character luster that shine.
Oh yeah, definitely. So let's see if it's going to be a problem for Justin Wong as we enter game number 2. Oh man, able to get the engage.
The Power Crush safe heat engager. This is a good round for Justin Wong right now. All the rounds have been close. I think this is going to get blocked and punished. There we go. Justin Wong on the board takes his first round.
Veteran experience, probably weighing out the early storm of Azucena. Probably gets the download, gets the palm to the shoulder. Now, you got to love this stage. We got some wall breaks on left and right side. Now we see Justin Wong go for the heat burst.
He's kind of taking over the match right now. This is where that experience comes into play. You know, he's played so many fighting games, he's played in so many tournaments, and I feel like as sets go on, this is the type of guy that gets stronger and stronger the more he's able to learn about the opponent. And Kaiser right now just running those espresso aggressions. Yes, sir.
Running 3-2s. Everyone keeps saying that's the magic number of Azucena. So
it is.
Let's see. Oh, a little bit a misalignment there, but now uses the heat smash, gets the grab as well. Not quite enough to kill. Just one more would do it, but Justin Wong, the Jay Wong factor, could it happen?
It's the last-ditch effort. He could actually make it happen. He's a couple hits away from stealing the round away from Kaiser. Kaiser trying to mount the comeback. Is it gonna land? Oh,
that was so close. I believe.
Yes,
Anakin. I believe.
I thought the rage art was gonna land as well, but that running move, it's 2 hits, and they come back to back really quick, so he wasn't able to get his rage art out in time. And this is the momentum that Azucena can create in a short amount of time. It's only been 12 seconds, Posh.
Jeez. Yo, Harada was not lying with aggression, man. And now Liberator stance goes for the mid check, and now we're at final round. Kaiser could potentially move on. So chat, you got to put all your votes on all your energy onto Jay Wong here to turn this around.
Here we go, an early activation of the Heat State. Let's see how he utilizes the meter, the resources. A couple of attacks are powered up, but that Power Crush has been the saving grace for Kaiser. Anytime he deals with any aggression from his opponents, he throws that out, and it's worked out really well. He's working on it perfect right now.
It's just just pressing forward the furious pace, but now Jay Wong able to get a shoulder in. No resources of heat on both sides. Jay Wong does have rage to work with. It's a lot of gray health. Can he make this comeback happen? Oh, the backswing!
You can hear him in the background too. He's wooing it out, and there it is. Kaiser takes it 2-0. A couple of things just kept working for Kaiser there. You know, the throws were getting by, the Power Crush, that safe move that engages the Heat State, and the backswing kick to close things out. So Jay Wong, he almost was able to put it together there and tie things up, but I think he just needed a little bit more time.
True, and we're gonna just move on straight to another match. We got FeDX versus Metal Cat. We just spoke to Metal Cat with this Feng Wei. FeDX has been labbing this Lily ever since he got invited to Twitch Rivals, and he gets the first game up against Metal Cat with the Lily. Talk to us, Anakin. How do you feel about FeDX with Lily?
You know, FeDX was the Noctis specialist in Tekken 7. A lot of people play Tekken 7. You know, their main characters aren't in this game, and in the early goings of Tekken 8, they're having to find a new main, somebody who maybe complemented their playstyle and the characters that they used in the previous game. And FeDX, he's the kind of guy that likes to work on his overall game, his mechanics. He wants to learn about the game so that he can actually improve himself as a player. So even though his character's not in this game, I think he'll be just fine, whoever he decides to main. And right now when I'm watching him play, he kind of bounces around from character to character. And I think Lily in the early going is somebody that he's kind of interested in. She's very, very much improved. Lily's one of those characters that kind of sits in the middle of the tier list, but a lot of people are high on Lily right now as far as where she stands in the rankings.
For sure, she can hit like a truck, and this is the second Feng we've seen so far. So Metal Cat not getting the victory in the first round. So let's see what we're gonna, what the changes are gonna be, and we're gonna go into the stratosphere here. So at match point, we're gonna see actually not just match point, but if you win by a time up, if you knew this, the floor becomes lava already, and you get that that floor explosion.
I actually only just realized that the other day while I was playing. So a cool little Easter egg right there. Yeah, that floor blast on this stage does so much damage, and it's a great way to just extend your combos. Some moves get a little buff in how good they are because they create that effect on the stage automatically if you're able to land them, kind of like Raven, how he's got that full crouching low. So just I think that's going to be a big key to success in this game, with a lot of stages having special properties and unique activations depending on where you are, what round it is, where you're on the walls on the stage. So just stage knowledge and awareness is going to play much more of a factor than it has in previous Tekkens.
And I like the lows that are landing for FeDX.
That's a lot
so
of lows.
Far. I know, but heat activation here on the side of Metal Cat.
And that's the thing you're going to be hearing us saying all day long, activating the Heat State, Heat activation. It's the new feature in Tekken 8. The Rage Art is going to land. There we go. This is going to deal a lot of damage and give Metal Cat a chance to take the lead in this game.
True.
Let's see what happens.
She's
still got a little bit of a little bit left. You go for that Heat Smash before it runs out. But Fina activates himself.
3+4 here, trying to get the +3, but Metal Cat with the hop kick. The
Let's
last
go.
hope there for Metal Cat.
Look at her face. She is stressed out. You know, she's all smiles in between games, but now you can see the look of focus on her face. She's taking it seriously. She feels like she has a chance to win. You can see it.
Oh yeah, I love this feature of Twitch Rivals where you're actually able to. I mean, they're streaming it themselves, so you guys can actually go
watching their
follow
stream.
Your favorite. Yeah, you can watch on their stream, but you gotta love that we can actually see the expression on their faces. Now gets the floor explosion here, and now he's gonna hurt like a truck. Able to get it. Can he find the wall though? Unable to. Just gets to the heat activation. Let's see what FeDX is going to do. Jabs are out of the air, and this could be the final salvo of Metal Cat to stay on the upper bracket.
Here we go, game 2, final round. Metal Cat starting off with the big counter hit, and it's all about momentum. It's all about aggression. She has to stay locked in on FeDX, has to keep the momentum going. She's now activated her Heat State. The throw, counter hit throw. Throws are greatly buffed in this game, and she's working on a perfect right now. Bosh, the perfect there.
That was wild. That's a Fengwei round if I've seen one.
Mhm.
Metal Cat, Fengwei main since 2024. They got to update that shirt. So hopefully we'll see more of that aggression come on in. So this is actually an excellent sign. Oh, this is what we asked for.
Here we go.
Lil
This is
Majin
the-
versus Jasandi.
We're watching it from Jasandi's point of view. This is, I think, the match of the very first round. A battle of old and new. King, one of the most popular Tekken characters of all time. And I think fighting game characters of all time as well.
Oh, yeah.
Dude's a legend. The battle of the wrestlers. Jasandi up right now. We're jumping in midway through the set. Lil Majin trying to push things to a final round. The crouch dash grab. This is going to do a lot of damage. And the following mix up. What's going to happen? Yeah, blockable.
The moonsault
Like I said-
to close it out. And we're at final round here. So Jasandi got to work cut out for him here. Lil Majin though, oh wow,
Again.
excellent start. Just 5 seconds and already Jasandi is past the halfway mark in terms of health.
Yes. I mean, again, Lil Majin is the innovator. He's the pioneer of King. Everything that you probably may know about King probably came from this man. So even though he doesn't compete and he's not like involved as much in the competitive scene anymore, if there's one character he knows how to fight against, it is his own character. And a dominant final round, he definitely, you know, cashed in on all the reads right there. And I wonder what the score is. We jumped in halfway, and is that the set? Is that just game one? Are they tied up?
That's a good question.
man.
Let's see. They
Okay,
are
they're
ready.
ready
So that
up?
was the first game. So thank God with this we got in the middle of it. So
Let's go.
and what's your thoughts on mirror matches, by the way, Anakin?
Mirror matches. Everybody likes to treat it as the end all be all way to determine who the better player is with that character. I don't really know. I'm not the biggest hater of mirror matches. I'm not the biggest
Okay,
fan. I mean, it's just another matchup to me, honestly. But it's always fun to
Gotcha.
see. You know, you can kind of see in the mirror match where all the tricks and shenanigans kind of come to a close.
Right.
You can't really trick your opponent. You can't really do anything that they aren't aware of because they use the exact same character that you do.
100%. I would have to say King mirror matches are very entertaining because it's just like a wrestling match, right? Especially with this new King with the grabs have been kind of buffed in Tekken 8. So we're hopefully going to see a lot of throw breaks. Nice DDT here by Majin.
I mean, the grabs have been one of the main talking points of this game. How they're tracking now, how they're dang near impossible to break when you land them as a counter hit, and how you can punish them, punish rage arts with grabs. So they have a lot more utility this time around. So on a grappler character, you know, one like King, who's even got blue spark just frame grabs.
Oh God,
it's definitely
tomahawk and giant swing, all
super
of that.
strong. Look at Jasandi
so-
here. He should activate heat, go for the kill. With the use of the heat bar, you can do the heat dash and extend your combos, and that was wisely done by Jasandi right there, knowing that if he played his cards right and used the resources, he can actually finish that round off with just a combo.
And now we're switching it over to Majin. Again, cool as a cucumber as he could be. I mean, he had that amazing Evo moment, right? And he had the people's eyebrow as well. He was the people's champ. And now he's going to go for the muscle buster here just to get more of the life lead here. We've seen him make a comeback happen. So what can Jasandi do in this situation? But give him that third
Not
round.
much. We've seen that twice now. The muscle buster coming out of the crouch dash. That's a super technical, and then we see it right
you
back from
said.
Jasandi because King has crouch dash grabs where you can break with either a left punch or a right punch. But out of the crouch dash, the muscle buster, you break with both punches. But it's a complete it's almost unbreakable because you don't want to get hit with the multi grab, so you break either one or two, and you can't break the muscle buster with either of those punches. So it's really hard to do, but it's gonna land pretty much every single time if you can get in close to your opponent. And on the back, that's GG's.
Yeah, so now Jasandi tying things up against Majin. So this is actually a really intense matchup that we're seeing here. One apiece. Now old guard versus new guard. No one switching characters here. We're still at the
Of
arena.
course.
This is the most infinite stage we're ever gonna get, right? But there's still walls technically.
That was a really, really quick response from Jasandi. And if I was Lil Majin, I'd look to slow things down a little bit. I'd be kind of worried, you know. Maybe he got a little too ahead of himself. You know, he won that first game and felt comfortable, but I think it might be time to kind of slow things down a little bit and figure Jasandi out. Adapt to the
Blue
adaptations.
sparks and nice movement from Lil Majin. I saw some blue sparks there. I also saw an excellent movement. So now they're breaking each other's throws here. It's really a tight game between these two kings. Gets the
gosh.
grab.
Big round here. Fortunately for Lil Majin, the giant swings are a little easier to tech roll out of for the first time in Tekken's history.
Nice.
I
Okay,
think-
and also
I think,
something to note. Something to know. I'm just gonna say, like grabs. Yeah, they don't give you gray health. So that's something that's really good for grapplers.
Majin misses follow up. That could have been a round. It was going to cost him. Just Sandy activated heat, the grab out of the air, and the KO enraged. That's a lot of damage. Oh
That
my
is-
goodness.
Yeah, they know how to rile up a crowd here. This is definitely a wrestling match if I've seen one. Nice knee follow up to the
Coliseum.
rolling Sobot. Definitely. Ooh, doesn't complete the string here. Majin against the wall here. Jasandi having heat, already spends the smash. Good defense on Majin's side.
Majin's got to activate heat. He's got to do something to close the life lead. He's got rage. He's got white health to regain. If he lands an engager, he recovers a good bit of that. But time's running out. Jasandi landing the small pokes, just a couple more hits, the punish, and the elbow. That's 5 rounds
Jasandi,
straight, I believe.
I love how he's able to manage no heat. Like, he was just waiting for Lil Majin to throw something big, and he was just defending most of the time. Nice block on that low, but gets the shove and drops the leg on him. Hulkamania running wild. Okay, good sequence so far for Little Majin here, trying to get back in this matchup. He needs 3 straight to stay alive in the upper bracket, but Jasandi 1 round away from closing it out and actually being the new guard to move on.
Okay, counter hit. Gets a combo. Is Majin going to spend it? He is. How's he going to use the resources? Again, there's the dash. And that's some Lil Majin tech right there, getting maximum damage, but not enough to kill. Just leaving Jasandi enough to make the comeback, but the jab closes the door. That's a KO. Lil Majin working his way back 1 round at a time, Posh. 1 round at a time.
Yeah, that's all he needs, man. We've seen him actually come out of rougher waters, so we'll see how he's going to come with this one.
Oh, yeah.
Gets the Jaguar sprint to the low drop kick. Now Jasandi trying to close out the distance and trying to even out the life. Gets the power crush and drops the leg on him as well. A lot of damage, but life is almost about even. Does have a little more recoverable health, but Majin, excellent opening here.
It's a little bit of deja vu. It's the same counter hit setup, the same combo. This time he holds on to some of his resources, keeps the bar. They're about even on life right now. Jasandi might activate the heat mode. Oh, it's Giant Swing. Is it going to be enough to kill if Majin techs? And it is.
Actually, well, he's able to tech it, though. He's able to get up. And we actually saw Majin, like, acknowledge, all right, GG's, checkmate. You're able to move on. Hopefully, I'll get to run it back.
That's
Again, this is a double elimination. He's going to go to the lower bracket. It seems like Joey Fury, your guy, able to get the first game out of Azure.
Yeah,
It looks like it says 2 wins on the screen. Is that going to be the set?
Huh.
Yep, I think that's GG's. Joey taking it over Azure. We jumped in at the tail end there. GG's.
So yeah,
That was
Joey
pretty solid.
Fury. Okay, so one of the first Junes that we're gonna see. Unfortunately, unable to see. Hopefully, you can follow him and look at the rest of his run. But now it seems like
Oh,
Joe
boy.
Crush versus. Oh my God!
Oh,
this is gonna be a
boy.
crazy one.
Yeah, this is another one of the big matchups in the first round. The random seeding has created for the most volatile brackets in Shadow, 20Z, Joe Crush, 2 players who have actually represented NA on the biggest stage, the TWT Global Finals. Joe Crush, of course, winning this year's LCQ over a lot of heavy hitters, international players coming from all over the place, and Joe Crush holding it down for the home team, representing US. And Shadow 20Z recently picked up by Team Liquid, one of the most legendary esports orgs out there. Yeah, this is a big one.
Oh yeah, just to say a little more about Joe Crush, right? He's taking names in the LCQ, like you said, international and also local. But you know what? Shadow also has a lot of names under his belt. So let's see with this Claudio, able to get the Meteor Smash here to activate the heat. Claudio, though, he's a beast when he has heat on.
I practice a lot with Shadow, and I know for sure that this kid is familiar with the matchup for sure. Jack is not a character that gives him any problems. He's not uncomfortable when he has to play this character. In fact, I think it's the opposite. He's happy to fight against any Jack in a tournament. You can see it, how experienced he is and how comfortable he looks in this matchup so far. Takes that first round with ease.
And I'm excited to see like when he's in the in the back in the back foot, how he's gonna apply that shadow time. But we're gonna see him. Nice escape here, trying to move away from the breakable wall. They switch sides, and Shadow once again trying to track his way, sidestep 4 while he's rolling on the ground. He's trying to realign himself, and now Joe Crush put in a corner situation here, Anakin.
Yes, he's trying to get to that wall where he can ultimately break it, deal a super big combo. Both guys holding on to their heat mode and Joe Crush activates first, he can actually deal damage really, really quickly. The one thing to note about Jack when he does have Heat State activated is that he can produce a guard break. He can make you block an attack and get guaranteed follow-ups for big damage. And here's Shadow time, 7 seconds left on the clock. Shadow's known for being super clutch in these moments, and here you see it, getting a full combo as time runs out. Joe Crush with 1% left, but doesn't matter. Shadow takes it up 2-0 rounds right now.
Shadow, the master of time, able to get. I mean, he's got ice in his veins when the clock hits 10 seconds. Like, he does not flinch at all. And that was just a glimpse of what we can witness if Shadow moves on in this tournament. But we do see that Joe Crush is trying to fight his way back in this, gets the overkill grab, and now this is going to be tough for Shadow to come back from.
Yeah, it's only been just a couple of matchups we've been able to witness so far, but already so many throws getting through. Now, that's not something that you saw in the previous Tekken. Everybody was breaking throws, counter hit throws. It doesn't really matter. I mean, they were a lot easier to break for sure, but now, I think they're being a very big part of everybody's game plan. To just try to sneak a throw in here and there, especially if you can land it, counter hit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It changed the game quite a bit when they made those adjustments to the throw system.
Oh yeah, definitely a lot more rewarding, right? It's like you mentioned with counter hit throws, and you just want to just put it in, rotate it around your arsenal of moves just to keep your opponent guessing as Shadow tries to go for another throw. But Joe Crush defense is pretty high there. Nice launch here for Joe Crush.
He was able to do that by ducking Shadow's throw attempt. The thing is, the more you use something, the more chances you're going to have to kind of adapt and make those reads and know when your opponent's going for them. So Shadow maybe overstepping with a little bit with the throws. The heat activation here is going to allow him to finish the round off.
That's crazy, bro.
Pretty clean, pretty smooth with the use of that heat dash, and we're seeing that a little bit more now. With heat mode, you have a lot of things that you can do. You have a lot of times you have access to the heat smash, which is a super strong attack that can produce comebacks and give you the momentum. Of course, you can spend pieces of your bar by doing powered up versions of moves that already exist, and then on top of that, you can utilize heat dash, which basically can be what we've seen so far, a way to extend your combos and get more damage, or also if you're not in a combo and you use a move and then transition into the heat dash, you can just continue pressuring your opponent endlessly. So it's kind of like how in Tekken 7 when Geese Howard or Akuma would use their meter to continue pressure and dash in their opponent's face. It's similar to that, but now every character's got it, and every character's got a chance to continue that aggression, which is kind of the theme to Tekken 8 so far.
Oh yeah, the heat system has definitely changed the game, and shout outs to a local player here, Mouts. I was able to talk to him about it. He believes that like the way heat works, it's kind of like a quick draw, but whoever uses heat first, since there's no recoverable health, is kind of at that disadvantage already, because like you said, you don't have access to the heat smash, those powered up moves, and also to heal up your gray health in that aspect, or just keep them locked down. So definitely a lot of factors to consider, especially that it's just limited time usage, right? There are some characters that continue their heat if they're able to like get a grab or like move around. So just a point to note, if you guys are going to take this game competitively, is like the heat system here is just it's the bread and butter of the entire core game plan of a lot of these characters.
Here we go, Joe Crush activating with the heat burst. There are two ways to activate. You could do an attack that kind of transitions into the heat engage, and then you'll have access to your full meter, or you can manually activate it yourself with the unique attack, the heat burst. Joe Crush using the heat burst there, and he's working on a very dominant round. Shadow went for the last ditch effort to hop kick and make a comeback, but Joe Crush staying solid. That's what he's known for. He's one of the new players. New players are known for kind of like being super aggressive, taking those risks, but Joe Crush is then able to make a name for himself just by playing consistent, solid Tekken.
Oh yeah, like it's very impressive his run at LCQ, and also like I've been following him on Twitter as well. He's been grinding this game with Jack, so I mean, just him getting that round one is classic Joe Crush. But we have been seeing Shadow though, like usually once the 30-second mark hits, that's when he starts to play his game, and that's when the war of attrition goes in his favor, and he just is calm as heck in this duel when the bullets start flying, if I say so.
He's especially dangerous when he's got his opponent's back to the wall. He definitely limits their movement, their ability to get away from the pressure. Claudio's got the sidestep mix-ups, and in the open field, you can kind of escape from those mix-ups a lot easier. But when your back's to the wall, I mean, Shadow just gets to have his way with you. He can do whatever he wants. And that was a really typical Shadow round after what we saw a typical Joe Crush round.
So really going back and forth here. able to just close out the distance here. He does have Starburst to work with as the heat is whittling down, spends the heat smash. So now it seems like Joe Crush has to be very careful because Shadow has not activated his just yet.
Yeah, he's playing kind of on the defensive end right now. He knows that at any point Shadow, he can use his resources, he can activate Heat State by using the burst, he can use those engagers. So Joe just got to watch out for everything, and he's got to approach carefully here. With time winding down, these guys got a lot of health left for just 10 seconds left, Posh. This is where Shadow thrives.
Oh yeah, this is his wheelhouse, but now life deficit gets the throw. He does have the life lead here, and now activates it just for another Shadow round to get it 46-8. Those are numbers that Shadow loves to see.
Yeah, also one thing that we haven't mentioned is that when you do have heat activated, all of your attacks deal chip damage. Some attacks outside of when you have heat activated, they deal chip damage, but every single attack, whether it be a big hit or a small little jab, small little low kick, even if you guard, it'll deal chip damage. So in a situation like that, when time's winding down and it's a race to whoever's got the life lead, when the clock strikes 0, like being in heat state just really makes all the big difference there, because whether you're hitting with the attacks or you're getting them blocked, you're definitely taking points off your opponent's life bar.
Oh, true. So it really pays. Oh my God, I was gonna say pays to hold on to your heat, but Joe Crush getting the launch here, and now the life lead. A lot of recoverable health on Shadow's side, but now about to be 15 seconds on the clock, and now Shadow, how is he gonna try to pressure Joe Crush here?
Okay. Jack's back's on the wall. He's trying to fight his way out. Time's winding down. Shadow can definitely make this happen. If he can get a couple hits in, interrupts, and that's going to do it, Posh. I think that's it.
Anakin, what did we just see with 2 seconds left on the clock?
It all happened so fast. Blink and you missed it. But Shadow actually with the super, super clutch duck under Jack's heat smash. We haven't seen that from players too much so far. Jack's got the fastest heat smash in the game at 10 frames. It'll trade with the jabs, but if you're familiar with it, it's actually one of the heat smashes that you can actually duck and punish under, but you definitely got to thread the needle. You have such a small window of opportunity, and Shadow just showing off again that character knowledge and experience that he's got fighting against Jack. That was definitely Joe Crush's round. Even with his back to the wall, facing all that pressure, time was winding down. All Joe had to do was just survive, and we're just seeing how hard that is to do when it's Shadow's time.
When you get caught up in that momentum, it's like, okay, what can you actually do, right? Those were great games. So from what we've seen so far, who's looked the hottest to the both of you? Be honest. Posh, starting with you.
Recency bias, Shadow looked really good. I would have to say he had one of the hardest matchups. But I would also have to say Jasandi getting one over the old guard. He looked really good as well. Just the way he was able to get a win over Lil Majin with the character of his choice. And like me and Anakin were talking about, like throws are a problem in this game. So King can cause a lot of damage. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see Joey Fury, but he was able to win over Azure. So he's also one I wanted to see. But to answer your question, it was probably Shadow and Jasandi.
All right, hey Anakin, you feeling the same way about that? Are you feeling kind of different?
I am kind of feeling the same way. Joe Crush has been killing it in the Tekken scene so far, and on top of that, Shadow is just a really good player. Jasandi beating Lil Majin is funny. We're talking about these two guys because they're actually matching up in the second round. Jasandi and Shadow. Shadow actually competed in one of the first big offline open Tekken 8 tournaments. Like as soon as the game released, there was a big tournament out there in Chicago, and he actually got second place. He lost to another King player. So what happens when you lose to a character in tournament is you go home and you lock yourself in your room and you figure out that matchup. You work on all the mistakes that you made in that matchup. So I'm excited to see that matchup in the second round, seeing what kind of things that Shadows fix when it comes to that matchup versus King. Also, he used Zafina in that tournament, so now he's rocking the Claudio. I have no idea what's going to happen in that match. Definitely one to keep an eye on. But sorry to disappoint you, Veli, but also Sonic Fox looks like lost to Genghis Dawn in the first round, 2-1.
Wait.
Conor beat Speakers, though.
Wait, I'm gonna say keep my mic up so we can continue this talk. The rounds are continuing. Let's go ahead and jump into the games. All right, so Anakin, what are you saying about my man Sonic Fox again?
Sonic
He
went
lost.
down swinging. It was 2-1 against Genghis Don. Genghis Don actually resides in Atlanta, where I'm from, and
Okay.
one of the up and coming, probably the rookie of the year, I guess you could call it, coming out of Atlanta. Beat a lot of good players in tournament, but it looks like it was a good set at 2-1. You know what I mean?
So yeah, but
It just wasn't Sonic's day, so we're going to be seeing Genghis Don versus Cuddlecore in the second round. And I guess since we're seeing Fee and Kaiser matchup, we are underway in the second round of the upper bracket here on Twitch Rivals.
So Fee is also a name we have seen. He went up against Metal Cat, but Kaiser though could be a problem. And this is a lore battle, by the way. Tea versus Coffee in the chat. Let me know. Let us know who you guys are rooting for. Is it Lily? Is it Azucena? We're gonna find out in just a bit.
I know this debate gets really, really serious as well. You know, like there's definitely some big proponents of tea and coffee.
There's this meme where Lucky Chloe's sitting in the corner drinking hot chocolate. It's like, it's hot chocolate, guys. But she was the forgotten one. But nice low parry by Kaiser. Able to find the wall as well here. But sidewall does save FDX's life just for a little bit, though.
okay, that's fine.
There we go. Starting off, Kaiser's got rage. He's yet to activate heat. He could do it right here.
Nice. Hell sweep. And like you
Wisely.
said, calls out the heat smash as well. Wow, what a comeback
Yep.
by Kaiser.
Yeah, what we saw right there was Fee tried to respond by activating his heat state as well. But when it comes to what attacks have priority over one another, heat smash is always going to beat out heat burst. So that's what we saw right there. You don't want to use heat burst if you suspect that your opponent might just be looking to get rid of that heat smash real quick. Just use it real quick. So you got to be careful. I think that's going to take people some time to get acquainted to, and just knowing when to use when and what not to use, more importantly.
Oh yeah, 100%. So it seems like Kaiser with that drowning pace, VDX has rage, has heat to work with. The backswing blow has been working wonders for Kaiser here, Anakin.
That's a specialty. That's Kaiser's specialty. Whenever you think you've got some momentum, when you think it's your turn to attack, like Kaiser just steals it all away from you. And then he just gets going. Once he gets going, he doesn't stop. It's Mr. Will Do It. There it is right there. Fee thought he had it, but now it's Kaiser's turn. He's going to go nuts. He's got rage, so all of his attacks are going to deal extra
Oh my
damage, activates
God.
heat.
Uh-oh, he's
Oh
locking him
my.
down, able to power crush. Now we have to be very careful. Activates heat. Both of them are in rage as well. He spends the smash. Nice defense, but no, the Liberator. But VDX able to get the defense
Clutch.
going, and now we're at round 4. Oh my God.
But you kind of see Fee kicking back in his seat right there. He knew how important that round was. It was super, super tense. Kaiser was going for the steal. And it kind of gets another shot to stay alive in this set here. Kaiser, I mean, he does not let up once he gets his first hits in.
Oh yeah, but Fee, I would have to say, you know what? The second win has been working wonders so far, holding on to this
Looking
heat.
good.
Now spends the dash in, and Kaiser's in big trouble. Oh, this could be an opening salvo for Kaiser though, but no, power crushes his way to the final round. FDX staying alive.
Okay, final round. I think we might see Kaiser slow down a little bit here. Oh, big counter hit to start off for Fee. For the first time, he's got the lead in the first game. Go to the
Yep.
wall, the sidewall. Sidewall combos are a little bit easier to pick up off of, and that was beautiful bait on the wake-up kick. Fee working on the perfect right now. And a 3 straight comeback, too.
Yes, and wow, gets the overhead as well. FDX with the
The
pop off.
pop-off.
Look at that. Hitting his chest, getting some water. Oh, hydration check, chat. There you go. FDX. Always animated. Man, when he went, oh God, we're moving on to the next, another Azucena here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
It's
Genghis
looking
Don
like
and
Genghis Don.
Cuddlecore. Jeez, sorry, apologies. It's the same stage, and it's also one of the same characters, but
Yeah.
Cuddlecore here, able to tie up the rounds here.
I'm curious to see how familiar Cuddlecore is in this matchup. I haven't really seen her be tested by a really, really good Azucena player. Genghis Don might be the best user on this character that we've seen Cuddlecore match up with so far. Looks like they're neck and neck right now.
Ooh, drops the heel on him, gets the ankle roll, the UFO roll. Now final salvo for Cuddlecore, but no hits her while she's on the ground. And now 1 round away from closing out this set. Genghis Don looking pretty sharp.
Oh yeah, but Cuddlecore, you know, when she plays her best Tekken when she has to fight from behind. She never really gives up, and she's never out of it, no matter what the lead is. So I expect her to have a strong response here in round number 4. Genghis Don, though, he's trying to test Cuddlecore. He's trying to see what she knows, what she doesn't know. He's trying to put her through the grinder using all of the Azucena moves right there. Doesn't even let her get a turn in, man.
Yeah, and Genghis Dawn with a sigh of relief there. He blocked the chainsaws very well. So again, that's one of the Elisa's main arsenal of the chainsaws. If you're able to block it, you're good. And now we're gonna head back to Kaiser versus FDX. Spends the smash and goes low that time. So Kaiser needs that momentum to get back in this matchup.
Yeah, it was. I think that first game was definitely Kaiser's game to lose. There were so many opportunities for him to close it out. He had the 2-0 round lead, and everything was going so well. But at some point, you just got to know when to slow it down, when to kind of just back off a little bit and let your opponent kind of make their own mistakes. But instead, Kaiser just did not let up at all, and that kind of ended up being his undoing. He just made a lot of mistakes.
Sometimes, yeah, you live and die by that pace, and FDX is definitely that player. Once he gets the download on you, he'll definitely exploit it. And exploiting it, he drops the heal on him, but now calls for the Rage Art. Oh, she was recovering then. So now this is going to cause a lot of damage, and we're going to see how he's going to follow up this Rage Art sequence.
He might run in and activate Heat with the Heat Burst, but you got to be careful. Again, Lily's Heat Smash is going to go right through that.
You called it like a book, Anakin. That was crazy. And now... let's see how he's going to potentially close it out. 3+4.
Nice. Use the Heat Dash just to continue pressuring afterwards if that move were to either get blocked or hit. Luckily for Fee, it was a hit. And then from there, through the Heat Dash, he can confirm and go into the next situation, which is basically to finish up with the Rage Art. So they're tied up in game number 2. These guys have been going at it neck and neck so far. Catches him on the max range, the tail end of that launcher. They're going downstairs.
Yep, we're going Eternals now. There is a wall in this stage, folks. I've never seen it, but it's fictional. I don't know if we're gonna see
It's
it
somewhere. It's somewhere around there. I think I've reached it once.
Once? Oh man, all right. I have yet to do that. I'll try in practice mode. But wow, Matterhorn! Oh my.
That was definitely the Hail Mary there, but Fee. He dropped his combo, but luckily he dropped it at the end, so he got in most of the damage. The comeback's still going to be really, really tough to make, though. He's got resources. He's got Rage, and he's got Heat, but will he be able to activate it? Kaiser closes the door before he even gets a chance.
Yep. So now Kaiser, really important round for him to tie up the set here, but now gets a big bound, and now he's going to try to dominate the rest of this round. Hopefully, he'll be able to close it out. We've seen this before, and FDX was able to make a comeback.
I messed up.
Yeah, and I feel like the longer the set goes on, the more chances that Fee is going to have to learn about what Kaiser does. Like, he has a flow chart that he really sticks to. We said it earlier that no matter what happens, whether he's up big, down big, Kaiser's going to stick to his game, and you're going to know what to look out for. You know that the high power crush is going to come, and in order to defeat that, you just got to crouch it. You got to pick the right moments to duck it. You know what he's going to do, you know what moves he's going to like to do. He's going to try to throw you after his Espresso Aggression. So the longer the set goes on, the more you're going to be able to pick up on Kaiser's tendencies, and I think that's what we're seeing right now from Fee. He's picking up on that timing. This is the second time that he's caught Kaiser with that counter hit forward right kick.
Yeah, that counter hit has been money for FDX so far. And like you said, you know, he's been ducking those strings, ducking the heat activations, but now Kaiser, the early aggression and the early heat spend. But now FDX putting that heat timer on pause for a bit. But let's see, good movement from FDX to get that opening.
He's gonna have to get the smash out, and he does wisely so. Just to use it. It's one of those use it before you lose it situations.
True.
Kaiser on his last legs. Can he make this comeback? Can he steal the round away from Fee?
Oh, drops the heel, but now the backswing blow, Anakin. Final sequence.
Wait a minute. The 1-1 punish with the rage was just enough to kill. That was super tense. I mean, that was a good sidestep off the toe kick as well. I mean, both these guys, you can see the desperation in their play. First of all, from Kaiser, the backswing kick, and then Fee with the toe tap, just trying to stop Kaiser from just rushing him down. And in the middle of all that, Kaiser able to keep a cool head, play some defense, nice little whiff bait and punish. And that's what I meant. Sometimes you just got to slow it down and focus on other things instead of just bulldozing your opponent over. So we're at 1-1 right now.
Yeah, and that definitely was the keys to success for Kaiser, right? And now FDX has to be the one to chase or kind of adjust to the tempo that Kaiser has placed. So we'll see if he's going to still go super aggressive at the start, change things up. Also, just an update, Genghis Dawn is moving on. He's going to be waiting for the winner of this match. So it's actually 2-0 against Cuddlecore. So Cuddlecore is at the lower bracket now. So interesting to see how that develops. So the winner of this match, folks, will be facing Genghis Dawn.
All right. With a 2-0 over Cuddle. So Cuddle's going to go into the lower bracket. Or it's winner go home, or in this case, you're already home, so winner get eliminated.
That's true. Winner goes to the other room and get a drink or like get a dinner or something. But now,
Winner
good
gets
usage
to
of the
share
key.
with their chat.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I get to do follow them, ladies and gents. But now, VDX dominant early round here, gets the first round, and aggression is it seems like the game plan for VDX.
Yep, Lily now equipped with a couple more back turn moves. You know, before when she was in back turn, although she had some attacks, you know, you kind of throw a low jab here, throw a hop kick there. It was a little easier to kind of fight against Lily when she was in back turn, but now she's more than well equipped to deal with any kind of retaliation that you might try when she's in back turn. She's got some low pokes.
Wow.
And here we go. VDX 2-0 round count, trying to sweep
bulldoze
Kaiser.
Sweep Kaiser. So now he is the hammer, Kaiser is the nail here. So now tries to go for that power crush, but the life deficit is too big. Let's see if he's gonna try to go for anything big. Heat is on the table here for VDX. He goes for the dash right away, gets the grab though.
The counter hit.
Yes, sir.
That's the Kaiser special, man.
You go, yes sir, but the 3-hit combo closes it out for VDX. It's gonna be Genghis Dawn versus VDX. This is kind of a run back, I'd have to say. I'm sure they faced each other in the past, but I mean, I've seen them with a lot on the line in the LCQ, and they faced off against each other.
Yep.
VDX getting the victory, but they don't have their mains with them, so this is gonna be very interesting to see how it's gonna develop. But now, Shadow versus Jasandi.
This is the matchup of the second round, in my opinion. We also had another big second round matchup, Ty versus Joey Fury. So we might get to see some of that as well. But right now, let's focus on this matchup. Again, we see Shadow kind of struggling against the King matchup a little bit. King is definitely super, super strong in this game, and it's much deserved. The King players have been kind of stuck in limbo. Their characters been kind of sitting in the middle of the tier list, but now with the grabs being buffed the way that they are, just the overall game plan of King just seems to receive a nice power-up boost.
Oh yeah, and it really rewards also execution. Speaking of grabs, I was gonna say Blue Sparks, but now let's see. As Dr. 1801 gets the sub, I couldn't see the middle, but let's see how Shadow's gonna come out of this on top, since he needs these next 3 rounds to stay alive in this tournament.
It's looking good. I think Jasandi's definitely looking for a big counter hit, some big moment to kind of close out the life lead a bit. This could be it. Okay.
The Sky
Shadow.
Slash Nova able to get
He
it.
made the hard read. He ducked under the multi-grab. It was kind of risky, though, because King can mix up those multi-grab attempts. If you're going to try duck him, he can actually launch you.
Good escape
Crouch
there,
dash.
yeah. It's really
1+2.
tough, right? Like you mentioned before, like when it comes to the grab game of King, you really have to kind of roll the dice on your escapes. But Shadow, his defenses are impeccable, but running Tomahawk from Jasandi. Now, Shadow has to be very careful. The alpaca near the wall is not good for his side.
It should be the round. Oh, Jasandi, big mistake. Shadow. He's got a small, tiny chance left. He's got to get a way to activate Heat, and he does.
Uh-oh. Alley kick, able to get the running era, and now gets the Heat smash here. Big moment for Shadow, sidestep 4, but oh, the retaliation from Jasandi.
Wow, that is
Oh.
would have died if it
Hits
the
the
right
front
I don't know.
flip Anakin.
That was disgusting.
Jasandi was just trying to do something. You know, that's a really safe move to throw out when your opponent's kind of low. You just need that one last hit, that Frankensteiner, and I think Shadow just got caught sleeping on the job there. He wasn't ready for that. He threw out a hot kick of his own. He probably thought that Jasandi was going to approach, try to close out the round with a low. That's usually what you do when you throw out that last-ditch effort hop kick. You think your opponent's going to go low. That's the maximum way to punish your opponent for doing so, but Jasandi was just looking to play it safe right there.
So if I looked at the match correctly, it's 1 apiece. So the winner's going to move on, and the brackets have updated.
Okay.
Ty has beaten Joey Fury, and the winner of Jasandi versus Shadow is going to face off against Ty.
Okay, so in a battle of between a lot of new faces and a lot of old heads, it looks like this time around the new kids on the block are
new
taking over.
gen,
VDX, Genghis Dawn, Ty, all these guys were players who made a name for themselves in Tekken 7. Meanwhile, players like Cuddlecore, Lil Majin, Joey,
Legacy,
they fall
yeah.
into the lower bracket where they still have a chance to emerge and face off against one of these guys in the grand finals, but they got to battle it out with each other. You know, that's definitely a death group right there. Just being
Oh,
in
yeah.
that pool of sharks down there in the lower bracket. Oh, man.
Oh yeah, you definitely don't want to be swimming those sharks. Luckily, in the celebration in Sen, there are no sharks. It's just a King and a Claudio here. So nice activation on Jasandi's side, putting Claudio in rage, and now he engages with the heat. Let's see what he's gonna do with it. Constant pressure against the wall. Shadow looking pretty good. Sidestep 4. He's gonna go low this time. 2-hit low scores Shadow the lead here. First round to Shadow.
Yep. This big round coming up for Jasandi. You cannot afford to lose this and go down 2-0 rounds. In the final game, he's got to play it cool, got to play it safe. One thing Jasandi's going to do, though, he is going to throw. He is not going to shy away from the game plan, you know. Compared to Lil Majin, who used a little bit of everything, Jasandi definitely forces his way in with those grappling arts.
Oh yeah, just definitely just bulldozing his way, throwing reckless abandon, but nice escape on Shadow. So, gets the counter hit shove and now power bomb to put Shadow in rage. So he's still got some utilization of that heat. Can he use it? Oh no, unable to.
Props to Jasandi right there for keeping the aggression up. Usually when players get that big of a life lead, they kind of try to sit back and let their opponent make the mistake. They don't want to do anything to get themselves in trouble, but he didn't want to give a Shadow a chance. Shadow's known for making those comebacks, so closes it out, takes matters into his own hands, and it's really hard to do when you have that big life lead. So Jasandi, good stuff to him.
Yeah, and called for the heat activation here while Shadow was trying to go for that low, and now Shadow trying to wait out the heat timer and now spends the smash.
He uses the throw to realign, so that's definitely some high-level stuff right there. Sometimes you just throw your opponent knowing they're going to break it, but afterwards, the situation, the positioning, it changes up a little bit based on the grab break. So now Shadow's got Jasandi's back to the wall with a little bit of heat meter left. He's got a little bit of ground to make up, though, as time winds down to 13 seconds left. There's the heat dash, extends the combo. It's going to be able to close the gap a little bit here. He's in rage, while Jasandi just now gets his. And all of a sudden, he's got the life lead. What's going to happen?
Oh, it's just Sandy that needs to even it out. He goes for the low twice, but the time up. Oh.
Dude, that was clutch. I saw, we can see it coming. You know, Jasandi needed one more hit, and that move is so reliable. It's super fast.
Dude,
the low
he
blow.
did he Uno reverse card Shadow. He Shadow time Shadow. That was crazy, but now
I didn't think that was possible.
Yeah, that was insane. Nice duck on Shadow's side. He needs his work is cut. He's got his work cut out for him. He's got to make this comeback happen. But as his life whittles down, it's gonna be tougher than ever. Jasandi going for the Olympic slam here.
Oh my God!
Oh, one more would do it. There we go to close it out. Jasandi moving on.
Dude, relentless pressure. Jasandi just continuing on the destruction tear that he's been on, winning big tournaments online, and this is the biggest of them all. Twitch Rivals, $25,000 on the line, and a big part of that going to first place. So he's moving on into the upper bracket top 4. But now we're gonna take a jump into the lower bracket where we see some of those big names that fell earlier. This is Joe Crush versus Lil Majin.
So there's
very interesting.
Oh,
Yep.
sorry. Go for it, Veli. Oof. Oh, you're
Oh yeah,
right.
Joe Crush already up 1-0.
Yeah.
Oh my. So there's extra tension in the air. Thank you for that, Veli. But now Joe Crush trying to even out the life here. And yeah, Lil Majin gonna play with it, a little extra fire underneath him to try to stay alive in this tournament.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, wow, yeah, drops the hammer, drops the pain, the 10-frame heat smash. That's going to be GG's. Incredible stuff here on... I would have to say, show some love, give your flowers to Lil Majin. Still a legend, still an OG in his own right with that king. So I'm super excited to see him in more tournaments, but, Joe Crush does move on.
Yeah, that was pretty intense. And Joe Crush will be playing against Cuddle Core, which is going to be absolutely great. But seeing all the other players pop off as well, this has been some good matchups. I got to say, King is just OP right now. Everybody's rocking him, and they're tearing everyone up. I hate King, but I mean, you gotta love him. He pops off.
Oh yeah, he definitely does. And go for it.
No, it's all you, Posh. Go ahead, then. We got a break, my man.
Yeah, I was gonna say that we haven't seen the RKO, and actually, it's the name of that move and the move list is Raging King Onslaught, and I'm like, that's RKO. Like these guys, the developers are crazy with King. Like I can't wait to see him do that running RKO, but that's just me. So hopefully, we'll see more of that coming from Jasandi.
I'm pretty sure we will. But ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see more from the likes of Jasandi and so much more, we'll catch you on the other side of the break. And remember, you're watching Twitch Rivals, and this is Tekken 8. We'll see you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, all of you beautiful people, welcome back to Twitch Rivals. So far, we've been watching some amazing matchups, and a lot of our favorite players have been eliminated. Shout out to the one and only Lil Majin. But welcome back to the desk. It's your boy Veli hosting the ship. We got Pot Spice, we got Anakin. Anakin, you guys were just educating me about King, about how just the grapplings were nerfed in Tekken 7, and coming to this game,
Yes.
the chains have been unleashed, man. They've been going crazy.
It's a big part of what everybody's talking about on Twitter right now. Some people are for the changes, some people are against them. Like now, you know, Tekken's a 3D game. You can sidestep up and down into the foreground to the background, but throws track all the way around now. So you can do that if you want to defeat somebody who's using sidestep a lot on you. And if you try to throw an attack out, you can throw somebody in as part of a counter hit, and it'll make it pretty much so that it's just about impossible to break. So throws all around have received a great buff here in Tekken 8. So the King players are loving it.
I'm gonna let you know now, a King player in ranked, he grappled me 4 times in a row, and I wanted to yeet my control into another universe. But, ladies and gentlemen, remember at the beginning of the stream when we were talking about predictions and Dunkin' Donuts, and you get a chair like that's customized? Well, chat, guess what Dunkin' is finished for today? Check out the Deca leaderboard to see your placement, and also our friendly Twitch staff will reach out to confirm prizes for the top 10 scorers. Come back for the next Twitch Rivals for your chance to play and win. And chat, there's a pro tip to get coffee and sweet little treats you love. skip the wait, order ahead using the app to have your coffee and breakfast waiting for you when you arrive at your nearest Dunkin'. This is a huge hack to get you boosts anytime while staying right on schedule. And remember, Twitch Rivals runs on Dunkin'. By the way, I'm a man that's in a rush a lot, so having that app and having everything ready for me by the time I get there, I feel bougie and just okay. So coming up into the next round, fellas, it's going to be the upper bracket. This is going to be a good one, all right? We're going to have Phil, Genghis Dawn, Sandy, and Ty TK facing off. How do you guys feel about these matches? Anakin, I see that smirk.
Nah, I'm just seeing. I'm about to pour one out for my OG homies, man. These are all new blood, and as somebody who's been playing Tekken for 20 plus years, I was hoping somebody would make it into the top 4. But I gotta cheer for these little brats. But nah, I love all these guys. FDX has been grinding. Genghis Dawn from Atlanta, so I guess I'm gonna support my homie from the A, and then just Sandy, who I've been playing with a lot over the past several months or so, just seeing him online. He's one of those guys that has like 20,000 wins with just King in rank. That dude grinds his tail off. And then Ty, he's a big fan favorite because he uses Brian, and Brian's super fun to watch. And we actually haven't seen any of Ty so far on Twitch Rivals, so maybe we're gonna be able to catch a glimpse of this high level Brian that he's capable of playing.
I love Brian. If I could get
man.
just a first hand look at a good Brian this event, that would be it. That's gonna be my
Ty's your
pocket
guy.
pick.
Ty's the guy.
All right, there we go. And by the way, as the players are getting ready for the next set of matches to get set up, take a look at the lower bracket as well. You got Joey Fury with Justin Wong. Cuddle Core will be going against Joe. Cuddle Core against Joe. That's something I'm excited to see.
That's the rematch.
Hey, that's
It's yes.
They just battled it out in a big tournament on Tuesday, online tournament. You know, it came down to the wire, final game, but they played a lot of matches against each other, so they're very familiar with each other's games. So these lower bracket matchups are pretty insane. Speed Kick Shadow, that's another good one. Kaiser Azure. Oh man, good.
I would cash at Justin Wong if he uses Victor and just showed me the way. I want to see that right now. Right, like if I'm a King fan right now, I'm living my best life. I'm watching all the King players pop off and do their thing. But are there any characters you all want to see being played this tournament that you haven't seen yet?
For me, we haven't. Well, aside from Victor, since you did ask for it, we sent a lot of Azucena, but between the three, we haven't even seen Reina. But I don't think we're gonna see Reina today because I don't know if
We might.
anyone's gonna bring up. We might.
We might. I spoke to Speed Kicks and I asked him. He said he's got a Reina, and he was deciding between a few characters. But he's one of those guys where he said he doesn't really know what character he's gonna play until he's at character select. So I'm hoping that we might see some Reina. He's been Speed Kicks is a really known player. He was one of the crushers in Tekken Tag 2 and in Tekken 7, and he's been kind of secretive about his gameplay. You know, he wasn't streaming. He didn't want to be seen playing publicly because I think he was, you know, doing what we call saving for nationals. An old saying where you'd hide your gameplay so you could show up to the nationals and just dominate and win and
Smoke
win everything.
everyone.
So he's been saving his gameplay.
I respect it.
Yeah, he's trying to kind of keep his cards close to the chest, but now it's time to see what he's been working with. I'm very curious to see, but he unfortunately did fall to Kodo Court in the first round. It happens, but he's still got a chance to make it back. So we might see some Speed Kicks Reina. I know he's one of the characters that he had in his pocket for this tournament.
All right, so I'm gonna put both of you in the hot seat right now with the upper bracket matches. These two games, who do you guys have coming out on top? Hey, starting off with you, Posh. Who you got?
FDX was able to handle the Azucena of Kaiser, but Genghis Dawn's a different beast. And considering that Genghis Dawn 2-0'd our girl, Vetli, so I gotta go Genghis Dawn because he 2-0'd Cuddle Core. So I think maybe
she
Genghis
wasn't
Dawn might
warmed
have.
up yet. She wasn't warmed up yet, okay?
But I'll give a slight edge to Genghis Dawn because I know FDX was able to get in the LCQ over him, so I'm gonna go there. Between Jasandi and Ty, I think it's just gonna be an overall great match. It's a Brian versus King. That's all I can ask for. So
No. You have to lay down a
have
prediction.
to?
I can't let you do
All
that.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna make your job easier. I'm gonna go for Ty. I've seen him in tournament. I think he is him right today. He's also got 2 over Joey Fury, so that's definitely he's running with that much momentum. So yeah, that's me. Genghis Dawn and Ty for me.
All right. By the way, these matches are flying by. Anakin, you in the hot seat now, baby. Who you got for the predictions?
Like Posh said, Genghis Don is a completely different player from Kaiser. Stylistically, Kaiser's that guy. Like I said, he's Mr. Will Do It. He'll do every trick in the book to pull a fast one on you. But Genghis Don's the opposite. He plays solid. He's defensive. He keeps you out, and he picks up on your timing and everything. So that matchup's going to go a lot slower than when we saw Fee take on Kaiser. So I'm going to give the edge to Genghis Don right there. One thing that Fee does have that could work in his advantage is that we don't see a lot of Lily players in ranked. So she's pretty underused, and at this level there could be a lot of things that Genghis Don isn't aware of in that matchup. And on the other hand, I think Jaseni might take the whole tournament. He's been dominating online. He's super polished. He's the player that I think is playing Tekken 8 the best right now.
Okay, well, check this out. The game's ready to go underway. So fellas, Anakin, Posh, take it away.
All
There we
right.
go. What's gonna be our
What we
first
got?
game? Oh, it's gonna be Genghis Don versus FDX, and yeah, I'd like to say that I'd like to double down on that. Yeah, FDX using the Lily could be the X factor that he might bring to the table that he might not be super familiar with, but. We saw how Genghis Don, right? He's like you dubbed him, like Rookie of the Year, right? He had an amazing year at ending Tekken 7, and coming into Tekken 8, he's running with all that momentum. So I would have to say, FDX's Azucena Nightmares are not over just yet, Anakin.
I saw a little bit of that Lily unfamiliarity in the first matchup against Kaiser. There were a lot of strings, there were a lot of little things that Feed did that didn't seem like Kaiser had a lot of experience against. So now it's time for Genghis Don to be put to the test. I know Genghis is a guy that plays a lot of online, spends a lot of time in the battlefield, getting experience, racking the EXP up. So he might be a little bit more familiar, but you know, Fee is just super unpredictable. And right now he's mixing Genghis up with the back turn moves. As I said earlier, her back turn attacks have received nice little enhancements.
Ooh, and now able to get that running aggression, gets this heat smash, goes for the rage
That's
guard,
good.
but Genghis Don sees it coming. That sequence, there were so much lows he was able to land onto Fee. So I'd have to say, like you pointed out, Genghis Don playing it very methodically, not really going guns blazing, unlike Kaiser, right?
Yeah, he's gonna take his time. He's gonna try to figure out Fee's offense and his defense. He's gonna try to get stronger as the set goes on. And you know, Kaiser on the other hand, he's just a wild card from start to finish. So that makes it a lot more fun to call those matches. But now, you know, Genghis is gonna slow things down a little bit and make Fee earn some of these rounds. He's not gonna give away as much as Kaiser was doing.
I like how you mentioned that. Just make him earn the victory here. And now goes for the heat smash, rightly spent as he still has rage to work with. But Fee trying to chip away at him, goes for the knee, then the low, ties things up 1 round each for Genghis Don and FDX.
Counter hit on the 3-hit string. You don't want to press right there. You got to respect Azucena in a lot of situations, especially that one right there. When you're blocking that espresso, she's +5, which means that she's got a huge advantage, the upper hand. And Genghis is just trying to take it to the bank right now. He's got a big life lead. Neither players have activated heat, and neither players will get a chance to in round number 3. The grabs, man.
That was a fast round to like commentate, right? He went for the ankle pick, he went for like the espresso running 3-2s, and now floor is breakable now. It is purple, folks. So let's see who's gonna. This is the new stage of destruction, right? This is the new Forgotten Realm. So let's see if anyone's gonna spend the floor breaks. Oof. Another grab lands for Genghis Don. Genghis Don putting FDX in rage and now going to close it out 3-1 in the first game here. Still the upper bracket side of things.
That was excellent usage of the heat burst there. You know, we mentioned that you can activate heat state manually by pressing 2+3 and using the heat burst. And you could do it to extend combos, but also it's a great attack to relieve pressure because it activates, it serves as like a super power crush where you can go through your opponent's attack. It has a lot of priority. So if you're under a lot of pressure and your opponent's just in your face, you pick the right time to activate heat with the burst and you can kind of start working on your own game. And that's what Genghis Don did right there. Even though he was up, it looked like Fee was trying to make a comeback. It looked like he was working his way back into the round, but he stopped all the momentum with the heat burst. And this is like the 4th or 5th grab that we've seen Azucena land.
So far, so good, but FDX working on mounting a comeback here. Furious pace at the start, now calls for the smash. A lot of gray health, goes for it right away, and now gets him. Chips the defense of FDX, and that was actually a back and forth round, I would have to say.
Yeah, and again, at the very end, Genghis holding on to his heat meter, uses the burst to relieve some of the pressure. Fee was jabbing it down. He was closing the gap, but Genghis just uses his resources really, really well.
Oh yeah, Genghis Dawn on a warpath here. Second round on the board for him. 1 round away from actually taking the game from FDX.
Yeah, Fee's got to make something happen, and we haven't even gone downstairs yet. Lily's really, really good at stages like this where there are floor breaks. She's got combo enders that can make that happen, and we're gonna see one here. We're gonna go downstairs. The combo gonna get a couple extra hits added on, but I think Fee's just been unable to utilize his heat resources so far in this entire set. You know, he's been playing these rounds without really putting that bar to good use.
Yeah, I'll be honest. The first time I started playing this, I started playing it like Tekken 7. So sometimes someone has to remind me to use the heat to activate it, just to utilize it, right?
Use it every round. You've got it every single round. You got to use it.
True. So let's see if he's going to use it. Because I would have to say, Genghis Dawn has been always like using the heat. And nice movement from FDX. Breaks the last and final floor here. To the desert we go.
Got his ass.
Oh, the smash.
Wow.
Are you ducking?
Liberator 1+2 for the launch, and now Genghis Dawn has taken it over FDX 2-0. So now FDX moves to the lower bracket.
Yo, Don had
means...
his foot on his neck. That was some good aggression.
Yep.
Here we go. Ty the Guy versus Jasandi.
Jasandi already up 1-0, and I think with the Final Four the way it is, I think Jasandi's got to be my pick. He's just been dominating, man.
Solid. He's been very solid as of late, but now spends the smash. Nice defense on Ty. They switch sides. Sidewall is a factor for both characters.
What?
The ever expressive Ty.
Should be able to finish the round off. He uses the dash to extend the combo, get that last hit in, just enough to kill. Ty just trying to stay alive right now. Every round matters. Already being down a game, you can't really afford to give your opponent any lead right here.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing.
Nice
right,
combo.
Yeah, a lot of damage here. You gotta love Brian players too. Really nice sidestep to the jet upper, and now trying to continue on, gets the hatchet kick for the perfect. So now the momentum is definitely swinging in Ty's favor. Let's see if he can hold on to it.
And he nodded his head after that round, so he might be feeling it. He might have learned a couple things. He might have picked up some tells on Sandy's game, and I don't know. This is going to do a lot of damage. He's going to hit the wall, too. Giant swing, you know, we talked about how you can quickly get up and avoid some of that damage, but when you hit the wall, you're eating extra damage.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's where all that health went.
Nice. A kickoff there to follow it up. Now Ty's just kind of try to introduce him to the wall. Spends the engage here. The heat burst, but nice escape from Ty. Ooh, no.
That's going to be the round, but Sandy, wait, he dropped the ball right there.
He did, but
I
now
don't know
called
if
for
this
the
is going to
rechart.
land.
Oh,
it lands.
He tried to go for the 3+4. Okay, so now kind of the messy round, but it goes in Jasandi's favor. So now Ty literally on his last legs to stay alive in the upper bracket, the upper semis here in Twitch Rivals.
That got kind of scrambly at the end, a little bit sloppy, but you know it doesn't matter as long as you win, right? I guess if you're Jasandi, you'll take it.
You hear what Ty said at the start? I'm gonna go for the Ty Classic orbital round start. No? Let's see if he's gonna take this one. Nice hatchet kick, good block from Jasandi.
One too many hatchets. Now Jasandi with the slight lead, and again we're gonna see a lot of grabs from Jasandi. He's not gonna let up on that pressure.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
He dash is coming.
Yep. Extends the combo. What? Final salvo, but no, gets the mid check, and now Jasandi moving on in this matchup. That was crazy. Ty tried. He really tried going for it, trying to throw everything that Brian had in his arsenal. But like you said, the King's grabs were a little too much. The defenses were really good also on Ty's side. I don't think he landed that much counter hits on Brian. But now we're moving on to the lower side of things.
Wait, it's 1-1. Justin Wong got a game on Joey Fury.
Yo, like
and
you said,
around.
you know, he was,
so whoa,
yeah, with this Fang, he did a lot of work with Fang.
That Fang is looking good. This Fang was legendary back in T5. Again, an Evo finalist with this character and all the experience in the world when it comes to fighting games and fighting game tournaments. And he might push Joey to the brink. A final round coming up, Posh.
Oh,
I don't know who's going to win
at
at this point.
Yo, Justin Wong. Big smile on his face, but a big low parry. A big low parry.
He can do it, dude. He can definitely do it. Look at Joey. He's desperate. He's throwing. He's trying to do all the knowledge checks. He knows Justin's not going to duck some of these strings. A couple more hits should do it. What's he got? There it is. Heat smash. The fastest heat smash in the game. Sends the rail gun down, too, for good measure. It was GG's, though. I'm sad we didn't get to see that set in its entirety, but I know Joey was definitely sweating that one out.
Yeah, big shout outs to Justin Wong. But now I believe this is Kaiser versus Azure. So again, the first June we're seeing in this tournament. What are your thoughts on June, Anakin?
A lot of people are very high on June. They think she's really, really good. I know her combo damage is through the roof. She's got a lot of unique properties where some of her attacks are really, really strong. They deal a lot of damage, but as a result, she takes damage herself when she performs some of these attacks. And part of her heat powers is that those attacks that are super buffed up, they don't actually deal damage to her. When she's got heat activated, Azure right there, using the heat smash. June also has 2 heat smashes, one that comes out of her stance and one that she can use as a projectile and also recover a lot of that recoverable health back. And I saw a video recently that kind of ranked a lot of all the characters as heat smashes, and June's projectile one was definitely like A+ S tier.
Oh yeah,
it was up there.
Just a lot to consider. And now again in the Ortiz farm, once you're at the treasure trove here,
Look at
that wall
damage. There's
does
that
bounce
damage.
so much, and she's still in heat. She could recover this gray health, but now Kaiser trying to fight back. Oh, the throw, and now that's gonna do it. Azure moves on.
I thought I had him for sure.
Yeah, a battle between 2 guys who made Lucky Chloe in Tekken 7. No Lucky Chloe this time around. We're seeing Kaiser go to Azucena, Azure rocking the June. It's always cool to see what characters these specialists use when they've got no main to pick.
True.
No, it's a good match. Azure moving on. This is a good one. Cuddlecore looks like she just ties things up against Joe Crush. Looking like we're at 1-1 right now in the rematch from Tuesday night's tournament.
Oh, yeah, true. And the look on Joe Crush's face, he's deep in thought with how he's going to handle this matchup. Like you said, Cuddlecore is at her best when her back is against the wall or she's fighting from that deficit. And what more of a deficit coming out from the lower bracket. So we'll see. One will be moving on. So this is definitely a match to watch here, folks. Will it be Cuddlecore? Will it be Joe Crush? We'll just have to find out and see.
Yeah, 2 super big heavy hitters, unfortunately, falling to the lower bracket a little bit early on. They're facing off in losers round 2 of Twitch Rivals. You can catch the action here on Twitch Rivals channel, or you can support one of these guys. Everybody in the tournament is streaming their matches. So Cuddlecore streaming, Joe Crush is streaming, and we're kind of just watching along with the viewers, and we're seeing it from Joe Crush's point of view now. Joe Crush has been streaming every single night, showcasing a lot of what Jack 8 has to offer. And we get a little unique character interaction here. 2 robots, Jack 8 and Alyssa.
Gotta love that interaction.
Final game.
We see Cuddlecore here trying to find a way in with just trying to activate those chainsaws, but nice duck on the running 2 here. Now we see that Joe Crush is gonna just collect this pound of flesh here and also activates the heat smash, the heat engager here, just so that he'll be able to add more pressure.
Now, Cuddlecore is super, super aggressive, and I know that she's very familiar with this Jack matchup. Whenever I face off against her in a tournament, I can definitely feel it. She's very, very comfortable. She's ducking all the strings. She's punishing all the moves that are punishable, and she activates the burst to maximize on this combo damage, even into the dash. Joe Crush with a pixel of life left, though.
Oh,
Not
wow.
enough
Power
to make the
crushes her
comeback.
way. Yeah, to get that victory. And yeah, like you pointed out, she seemed very comfortable knowing all the knowing the duckable strings, knowing when to move around. And Lisa has definitely, she's the gift of movement in this game. So nice swift punishment there from Cuddlecore.
Yeah, last round she used back forward 2 to punish a move with Jack that most players aren't going to punish whenever they see it. So it's just another sign of how many games she's fought against Jack over the years.
Oh, I tried to go for the sidestep chainsaw there. Just the familiarity and the comfort here. Now trying to get the victory back 1 to close out the second round. Joe Crush here on his last legs in the tournament, folks.
Veli's pick looking strong right now. Going up against Joe Crush, one of the this is your girl, and she's looking like she might take it with the clean 3-0 sweep, man. And a lot of these rounds were close. A lot of these situations could have easily gone in Joe's favor, but it was just Cuddlecore who's been the more clutch player the more ready for action, you know. And like I said, she's a super aggressive player, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have defense. She's very reactive. She's got some of the best reaction times in the game, I think. So that makes players really hesitant a lot of times when going up against her. And as a result, she's able to kind of start her own pressure whenever she wants because people are so scared of challenging her on offense.
Oh, wow. Power crushes his way after getting that fish hook in. So now Joe Crush on the board. We're going to see how Cuddlecore is going to handle this adversity. Can she close it out, though?
Joe's still alive. The start of this round is super important. Cuddlecore definitely snowballs her rounds. When she gets those first few hits in, and before you know it, your back's on the wall and you're just melting away. That life bar is all the way gone. So Joe Crush, if he can survive, I don't know if he'll be able to do that. This is going to be a big combo. They're about even right now. You just got to survive, Joe.
Okay, let's see. Again, that snowball can turn into an avalanche for Cuddlecore. Spends the heat smash right away. A lot of gray health. What's he going to do? Gets the grab to close it out. And now, oh man, Joe Crush feeling the effects of that. But come on, chat. Give him his flowers. He made it this far, going up against a really tough adversary up against Cuddlecore. Again, Cuddlecore is moving on. People are going up against each other. One has to win. And Veli, your pick is moving on.
The one and only Cuddlecore. Listen, I'm a Tekken noob. I know greatness when I see it, but I gotta say,
let's go.
I gotta say, the matches have been beautiful so far. Lily is fire, fellas. What did you like to see from that last round that we saw right there? Because the upper bracket is starting to slim down big time.
Yeah. Again, it was cool seeing Cuddlecore versus Joe Crush there. Again, Joe Crush, like Anakin pointed out, it was actually really close rounds, right? It was just the way they were able to snowball things and how they were able to manage the resources. It just so happens that Cuddlecore was able to finally get that final sequence and get the grab at the end. Again, I pick up certain things from Cuddlecore because I also main Elisa, so it was